How's it going, you teenage delinquents? I am back with another episode of the Weekly Comics Pull, where I'm going to be talking about comic books that I bought this week and what I thought of them. They are brought to you by, of course, my comic book that I write and create, The Red Knight. 4 issues are out now as I do this video on print and digital, available at manospublishing.com. And by the way, a little shout out, a friend of mine, Catherine Calamia, is doing a Kickstarter at this very moment, and you can get a free digital download of Red Knight #1 if you back her project. So take a look. I'll throw a link below for that Kickstarter project. It's going for the next few weeks. So, hey, let's talk about the big mainstream stuff. The books I picked up this week were blah, 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 blah. 4 Marvel and 1 IDW book. Whoops. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man 52. Amazing Spider-Man 52, LR. Miss Marvel 16. Champions, #2. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 111. So, let's get started with Amazing Spider-Man 52. And it's from Nick Spencer and Patrick Gleason. Okay, we pick up right where we left off, where Kindred invites Spider-Man to his little tea party, and it's horrifying. Also, by the way, we discover that... we get kind of like a brief synopsis of what he's been doing with Mysterio and Sin Eater. And then we get introduced to the party guests, the party corpses. And we knew George Stacy and Gwen Stacy were there. But, okay, I assume Ned Leeds was there, but I guess I was wrong. There's Jean DeWolf's body, Marla Jameson, Flash Thompson, and Uncle Ben. Good Lord. Talk about rubbing it in. This is easily one of the worst things I've seen done to Peter Parker. And Green Goblin, stole his baby. So, this is pretty awful. And of course that just puts, by the way, a nice two-page splashes right in a row. And they both earn it. They both have a lot of... This is a big kind of exciting moment. Patrick Gleason really tears it up. I love his work, and he's been doing some excellent work. The fight just kind of tears through the whole... I mean, Peter doesn't want to talk. He's, furiously angry. This is his soft spot is the people he failed. And this just rubs it right in. He gets, blind fury angry. And it takes him through the whole mess. The Spider-Friends are still possessed, and there's a creepy moment where Gwen takes off her mask, and she's like, crazy. And they're starting to attack each other, and he feels like the only thing he can do is give up. And I won't really show you the cliffhanger on this one. I like to essentially leave, especially strong cliffhangers, to you, so I don't want to spoil them, but it's a strong one. So I really dug this one a lot. 5 out of 5 Ram chips. Very intense and very curious as to where we're going from here. So that brings us right over to Amazing Spider-Man 52 LR, which came out in the same week. Now, I've been complaining about these LRs, and they've been usually a week after, which is fine. This came in the same week. Okay, this is also from Nick Spencer, and who did the art on this one? Federico Vincentini, who's been doing a number of the LR issues, and his work has been really kind of justifying their existence. Even at best, they've been fillers. So, he's been, kind of making them, making me feel all right, I'm glad I got it. And this actually has a little bit more to it, because the Spider-Friends are still possessed, and they suddenly snap out of it for some reason. That's because of what happened in the previous issue. And they wake up in the middle of a battle where they have, see all these people in devastation, going on and going, what the hell happened? It's like, I think we did this. And the bridge is starting to collapse, and a whole bunch of people are going to fall over until Doctor Strange shows up. And this moment is pretty great, I have to say. Meanwhile, we're cutting back and forth to Mary Jane dealing with Norman Osborn, who is pleading for her help, and she reacts the way you imagine Mary Jane would react to Norman Osborn asking her for help. And then Dr. Kafka shows up to kind of help plead the case. She should have been there probably at the get-go, frankly, because that kind of starts to bring Mary Jane around to maybe I should help you. So we get to see a little bit more of what Sin Eater's up to, and he's like, okay, I got really screwed over there from Kindred, and I thought, we were doing this other thing, but I guess I'm done. So he starts assembling his own plans, and it involves using the serum that turned all the people into spider monsters from Spider Island. So good lord, what is he doing there? And then we got Moreland, following the Spider Friends around as they go with the Doctor Strange into I forgot what you call it, the dreamscape or whatever it is. And then we get to see, Moreland's not following in the dreamscape. This is. At first I was confused because they have the same glowy eye effect. And I was like, oh, Moreland's following him. It's like, no, that's red hair, the outfit is different. I think this is some sort of evil dreamscape Mary Jane or something like that, so I don't know. This one actually is a little bit stronger than the other LR issues, now that I think about it, because a couple of them have been really weak, where they include material that could have happened, in a couple panels and some references and stuff like that. But, this one has a little bit more going for it, so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 ram chips. Not too bad. I think I would pick this one up. A couple you can skip. This one, I think I would grab. I mean, they're coming out the same week. Ridiculous. But I still like it a lot. All right, now let's jump over to 2 other issues that are connected. Not as directly connected, but they're still part of this Wanted storyline. And I'm not quite clear on which one really comes first, so I'm going to talk about Miss Marvel here. And Miss Marvel 16 by Saladin Ahmed and Minkyu Jung. And Kamala's home, and she's hearing her parents debate the Kamala law, which they're trying to keep her, out of the public eye. Look, we need to protect you. Just stay out of this stupid argument. They have some disagreements, about it, and she's just sick of it. She feels really helpless in this case. And she's getting frustrated. Her friends are kind of divided about the whole thing. What's interesting is the whole cradle thing is kind of splitting younger people about it. Some younger people are, cool with the idea, whereas some are look, they're using this as an excuse to just police us. And, and it's true. They are, overstepping their bounds, searching everything and suspicious of everyone and kind of using it, which is admittedly a thing that can happen when you, create some sort of law or agency and give yourself more power to do something for a specific thing. You somehow find other reasons to use this power, and that's essentially where we're going with this storyline. Amulet pops up because Kamala's just trying to relax, and these agents are searching for him, and she ducks out, hoping to maybe combat them, and she runs into him, and he's like, oh, look, I'm gonna go do this other thing, so I'm not even gonna fight these guys. He is searching for this demon that possesses people, which is a pretty cool fight. And also, it's definitely from Middle Eastern folklore, which I'm liking that. Something I would like to see a little bit more in Miss Marvel is a little bit more, and I've seen that Saladin Ahmed has done that, I think, a little bit more in his run than Wilson did, is kind of using a bit more of that culture in in this, and she's like American raised teenager. I mean, she's aware of her culture. She's been raised to understand it, but she's still a kid from Jersey. So this is kind of cool, and Amlet seems to have a little bit more of an understanding of it. So that's really awesome. I really do like that fight. And meanwhile, the forces of Cradle are closely following them, and they seem to be getting like calls from mysterious stranger. Okay, not only is Viv, and I'll get into that in a minute. Not only is Viv from the Champions betraying them, but she's being betrayed probably by one of her friends. This could be Zoe or Nakia, actually. Could be either one of them. So this is really great. Loved it a lot. 5 out of 5 RAM chips for Miss Marvel. 16. So let's go to Champions number 2, and this picks up really strongly. The Champion series seems to be directly involving itself in the Outlawed. This is Eve Ewing, Simone DeMeo, and Bob Quinn doing the art. The art is gorgeous, by the way. If you're only mildly interested in the story, definitely pick it up for the art. There's some already captured teenage heroes that are being re-educated. That doesn't go so well, so they try to break out, and that doesn't work out for them. Meanwhile, we get to like this protest, and like I mentioned before, it does seem to be splitting like young people who you'd think would be all against this, but it's even dividing them. Let's see. While over the protest, the big three, Miss Marvel, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Nova, are kind of watching the thing and trying to debate on whether or not they should get involved with this protest. Like, we might make this worse. And circumstances get extreme, and they feel like they have to jump in, and yeah, it does kind of get worse. But they cut over to Riri Williams, Ironheart's place, and she has been shut down and retired forcibly because, unlike them, she didn't have a secret identity. She had a public identity. So she was one of the immediate ones they took charge of. They tried to get her to kind of do some work because they were trying to figure out, where they're the people who like the last issue we had this meeting, secret meeting of the Champions, and they were ratted out, and they're trying to figure out who ratted them out. Anyway, she has to join because boom, boom, here come the Cradle troops. By the way, the person who did rat him out was Viv, and she is kind of on the run, sort of. So we end with the beginning of a big fight. I'm curious to see if that fight rolls into issue 3. And this and Miss Marvel have been really... I've been enjoying this storyline. It's been on the radar because it just debuted right at the beginning of the COVID quarantine, so it didn't get a real chance to take hold and kind of get a spotlight going. But yeah, you should definitely check this and Miss Marvel out. Good stuff. 5 out of 5 RAM chips. So I'm going to end it at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 111. And this is by Sophie Campbell and Jody Nishima with Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz story consulting. I'm guessing they're taking a break. They're probably... I know Eastman's been working on the last Ninja Turtle story, and I don't know what Tom Waltz is doing. So I'm guessing they're taking a break and kind of just going, hey, this is kind of where we're going for the long run. I don't know the setup, so I'm just kind of guessing. I'm going to get back to actually reviewing the comic. So anyway, we get back to the cat girl. I forgot her name, but I haven't seen her for a few issues. And the Hob is trying to kind of like spy on everybody, and they know he's been sending people to check them out. So the turtles set up a trap. It's really cool. And this is really prolonged action sequence with them kind of sneaking around, and they do ninja stuff, which is great, where they're keeping out of sight and coming in to attack, and essentially send Hob a message: stay out, by sending the two spies back to him. Mona Lisa actually has, I think, the strongest. That's really awesome, but I think Mona Lisa has the strongest scene in this issue where she calls her parents, and the Wi-Fi is up in Mutant Town so they can contact people outside, and she calls her parents and she has to tell them, like, I've been mutated and I want to do a FaceTime call, and they go okay, and they hang up on her, and it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely devastating. And Sally, forgive me, the cat girl I mentioned earlier, Sally comes to her door and, you know, is consoling her. That's a real gut punch seed, actually. And then we get more the evil stuff. Let's see, particularly Karari, who has been gone for quite a few issues, and it seems like she has her own machinations going on where she's dealing with Hob, and she's going to be bringing in some big mutants. So really good stuff, really nice, some moments here that are very human and touching. A cool opening sequence with the Ninja Turtles dueling with Hobbs' people, and of course the return of the Foot, essentially, and what they're going to be doing with this situation. Really great stuff. Loved it a lot. This series is one of my favorites right now. Definitely definitely my favorite of the IDW books. So, hey, that's 5 out of 5 Ram Chips, and I'm going to be doing some more reviews next week. You can always find me at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Oh boy, where else am I? Tumblr, something else. Hey, you can also support this channel, The Real Manos, and Manos Publishing for just $1 a month over at Patreon. And don't forget to support Catherine Calamia's Kickstarter for Like Father, Like Daughter number 7. The link is below as well. All right, I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.